All right. That's good. So today, where are we? I need to do my screen. Share your screen. This one. All right. So this is about a year into the government collapsing over the Epstein files. Um, we have been kind of having like localized collapsed state issues, right? Dealing with riots and stuff in the beginning, and then kind of like local gang on local militia force violence and stuff like that, like neighborhood versus neighborhood. Goodness gracious. So now as time
Oh
marches
my
on,
gosh.
we are, you know, starting to consolidate powers. As we handled our little situation in our little regional neighborhood area last week, many other people are doing that as well in the same general timeline. And so it's less like worried about somebody coming to steal your gas per se. I mean, that's always a worry, especially in these times. But now what's happening is the country is starting to unify into different multi-state coalitions, right? So let
Hmm.
me pull this up so I don't misspeak.
Is that where I think it is?
Where this is just south of Dallas, the map that you're looking at.
Oh, I'll see it. I'll probably recognize a few spots.
Right, blah 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 blah. So we already have been talking about Texas. Texas had the National Guard, as well as this thing that Texas has called the Texas State Guard. They joined forces and called themselves the Texas Citizen Force, the TCF, and they were helping keep the state government enacted and operating in Austin, as well as their second primary task was keeping the electric and water utilities infrastructure within the state of Texas, because we do have our own grids and things like that operational for its citizens. They weren't really able to assist in any of the local conflicts because they were already spread thin with those two tasks. However, I will first talk about the WPLF, right? The West Coast People's Liberation Force. So, starting originally in Washington, Oregon, and California, those states unified and were funded and backed by the Chinese CCP, and they have spread east, taking over the largely unpopulated Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and then Nevada, Utah, and Arizona with a bit more of a fight, as well as New Mexico. The liberated, oh, and then they liberated a willing Colorado as well, right? So before they completed their march eastward to this point, Colorado let them know that they were a willing participant and they wanted to join in the WPLF. So they got to Colorado and they now have a unified, congruent operation. However, in the contested territories, there is a lot of like citizen resistance, guerrilla warfare type stuff going on. The federal government on the other side of the country is stating that they are still in power and they have emergency martial law powers enacted, and they are fighting their own guerrilla warfare from the citizens to seize control of the northeast seaboard, right? So basically everything from Washington, D.C., there in Virginia, all the way up into New York City. They are trying to project force and having kind of a sustained guerrilla warfare fight. So, focusing back in locally. So the TCF, Texas, being under direct pressure from the WPLF to the east, Texas has taken a drastic step to hire citizens equipped with their own personal logistics on short subject to renewal contracts lasting 1 to 2 years. This is similar to how stuff in the Civil War and the Revolutionary War happened. These units will be supplied with military equipment, like the crew serves and the vehicles and explosives and stuff like that, but you're expected to have your own food, your own rifle, your own small arms ammunition, and then they're going to give you belt feds and linked ammo and frags and rockets and things like that, right? Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. Yes. All right. So we are the same three platoons as last week. We are now organized into two rifle platoons, just like they were last week, but one of the platoons has been converted into a armored mobile platoon. Okay, so real quick, those rifle platoons are three squads. Each squad has three teams. Each team has 4 men. In those 4-man teams, somebody has a 249 saw, somebody has a thermal optic, somebody is a grenadier with a 203 and 40 Mike grenades, and everybody is equipped with NVGs. The team leader also has a radio. Cool. The mobile platoon has 2 sections. Right, so the section is like a super squad. Each section is comprised of 4 trucks. So rather than 3 squads, they have 2 sections. Each section is 4 trucks. Each truck is 5 men. Inside that truck is a driver and a gunner. Those 2 individuals will never leave the vehicle, which makes that, and they have a radio inside the truck, which makes that truck its own autonomous chess piece that can be moved around always. It can move, it can shoot, it can communicate. It's its own unit, the vehicle and those 2 individuals combined. Then the dismounts are the team leader who sits in the passenger seat up front, and then the 2 riflemen in the back seat. So they can dismount, and 1 truck can dismount to have a 3-man team, right? So 1 section is 4 trucks. They dismount. Got a typo in there. It is what it is. They dismount, and so when they dismount, a section has 4 3-man teams. I had a typo there. It's not 3 3-man teams. It's 4 3-man teams, as well as 4 trucks with 240s that can move, and they're armored, right? They're not like nuke proof, but they will eat up small arms just fine. Any questions on any of that?
So what kind of... Yeah, I was going to ask, what kind of truck are we talking? Is it like a Ford Ranger?
No, like a Humvee, a legitimate military vehicle. Like
Okay.
an up-armored Humvee with a 240 on the top.
Great.
Oh, all right. I'll be right back.
What is the
I'm gonna need at least 3 people, right? So initially, we're going to be setting up a defense and protecting this intersection. The local population has taken over like the neighborhood watch role, so we are like the armed force here. I love you. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, I am back.
Yo, yo, yo.
So I need a minimum of 3 volunteers. Right. We need
I'll
platoon
volunteer.
leaders.
Down. I'll do it.
Who we got?
Delta 1993.
Pick a color: pink, blue, or orange. Because that's how I'm going to talk. I'm just going to say pink, blue, or orange. That makes it easy on me.
Ink.
Blue.
All right. And is somebody else playing? Somebody getting orange?
Yeah, orange.
Wonderful. There's no affiliation. We don't have to go concurrent stories. So, who wants to be a mobile platoon? Which color?
I'll do it.
What
Pink.
color? Pink. Got it. All right. So your first task is going to be protecting that intersection, right? A general defense, but the main thing you're worried about is keeping that intersection open so logistics can flow through this area, which is right next to where we live, which is why we have that task.
It's a choke point.
So I'll get the map going in just a second if you guys want to discuss amongst yourself. Oh, I see what I did there. I messed up. Discuss amongst yourself how you want to handle that. Let me get these relabeled real fast.
Definitely get that vehicle up at the intersection. And then, do we have access to rooftops around it?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to use ladders to go up there and get overwatch on the intersection from different angles.
Also consider this is like a permanent installation, so we have to have like a rotation cycle.
Alright. So I have... Okay, I see what we got.
Rifle platoons have 3 squads with 3 teams. Each team has 4 people. The mobile platoon has 2 sections with 4 trucks. Each truck has 5 people inside of it, but only 3 can dismount.
Okay.
This is just copying the Marine Corps doctrine, just so you guys know. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You had mentioned minimum 4. How would you incorporate a 4th if I wanted to play?
Oh, yeah, whenever we dismount from the mobile platoon, you can be in charge of, like, the vehicles or whatever. You can be the stay behind for the vehicles if we just have a 4th guy. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2.
Okay, vehicle sounds great.
Which color would he get?
The same.
I'll just have to pay attention to the...
So we'll just have 2. We'll have 2 units. I'm not gonna make it more complicated. But right. So if we split, we'll have the trucks. That's why I have these 2 right here. Right. One will be the trucks, and then you dismount. Right. So that's 1-1 truck, and then this would be 1-1 dismounts.
All right.
That's how we'll annotate it on the map. Whoa. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So here we are. And if we want, we can zoom way into, where are we? Right here. So we want to, how would you want to hold down the intersection? What do you guys want? How do you want to cover it? What are your thoughts?
All right. You mean like the dead center of that thing?
I mean, it is our responsibility, right? We live like all up here, just north of this intersection. So we've been tasked with keeping this intersection open. It has to be open and available for our logistics to drive through it, which means we can't let the enemy seize control of it, and we can't let the enemy destroy it.
Where are the feeder roads? I see there's one off to the west. So, like where that 20 is?
It's right here.
Yeah. 35E and 20. So, like right where... Yeah, Texas Department of Public Safety driver, and then a little further west from there. Yeah, right there, right where the road goes off the I-20. I want a vehicle right there.
Got it. So let's talk about your overall plan. So what's going on? What's your strategy? And everybody can speak. Like, what's your thought process?
Well, I want vehicles to guard the whole thing, or at least be able to patrol it up and down if they need to. That's my thinking. And then the other squad can do whatever they need to.
You could set up a checkpoint with the vehicles and have a concertina wire going across it. The guys move back and forth as they let vehicles through.
Yeah, exactly.
How much general traffic flow will we be expecting?
A pretty decent amount, right? It's logistics are tight. People, Walmart's not open, so people aren't just like out driving around for the fun of it. But this is a main thoroughfare, 20 and 35. So, you know, everybody that has stuff to move around is moving it down these highways.
Yeah, I have a checkpoint right there where I-20 frontage road starts to get up on the highway.
So you're gonna want like,
first checkpoint.
yeah, you're gonna want like 4 checkpoints.
Yes, north, south, east, west. All on whichever road, feeder road, is closest to the center of it. So yeah, right there would be a good spot. Where else? SR Thornton Freeway. Yeah, right about there. Yeah. Daniel Dale Road is that? On the south side? Oh wait, you already got that.
No, we can move it. I was just getting him in the general area.
That works. And then, how many units do I have left?
You have one whole other section, but then also remember you gotta like rotate guys.
Have those guys posted up nearby. A building to the southeast, like north of Springfield.
Southeast.
North of Springfield, so like right there by the center of it.
North of Springfield. In this quadrant here, in the southeastern quadrant?
Yeah, that southeastern quadrant, the most northwestern building.
Okay.
Springfield Street.
1424 Springfield Street, right there. Got it.
And then, yeah, just have them posted up in that rooftop. They can be a QRF for my other guys, and then they can rotate from there.
Okay. And then probably occupy whatever that is right there.
It looks like probably a gas station, but yeah. Oh shit, Sonic. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's a gas station, Sonic, and a smoothie shop.
Are those businesses open and operating in this scenario?
To some degree, likely. People are trying. You know, it's a whole year later. Commerce is happening, trade is happening. There is power, there is water, so people can do some stuff.
Have one of my QRFs posted up there, and then make sure they tip the staff good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then over here, probably either this. You want to occupy this building down here, or you want to go across the street?
Department of Public Safety. It seems a little more imperative. Not to mention closer to the center of that thing.
Sure. All right, and then over here, we are. Come on. Kind of just out in no man's land. I guess there's a house right here. An event center.
I guess.
Or you could just be up in the tree line. It's whatever you want, brother.
Yeah, I got it. It's good for right now.
Alrighty. And then rifle platoons. What are we thinking? All right. So he's got like initial warning and possible defense, right? And probably whoever sees a problem is going to have these 2 trucks and 10 guys engage it, and then everybody else is going to, at least all these reserve units would probably rush over there to assist.
I think it'd be wise to have one rifle platoon or one rifle squad near the John Kincaid Stadium for Overwatch, and one on the east side as well. And then the fire teams can rotate between helping out with QRF of the armored squad.
And this is blue or orange?
Orange.
All right, so.
And I was gonna say, if you wanted to reserve another one of the armored teams, and it's in like a lower traffic area, like that's got less roads feeding into it, you can replace that with one of the rifle squads, and then they can rotate from there, just operating at ECP.
Yeah, have one of the other pink squads. Wait, I got one more, right?
No, that was all 8. So you're a mobile platoon, pink. So you have 2 sections with
All 8
4
of them?
trucks.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, it's all 8.
Okay.
So we got one squad in that stadium.
One rifle squad on that building, apparently.
Well, he said somewhere over here on the east, so I just threw him over here on the east side.
Because if they're operating in ECP, I'd rather you have some QR force over that way, rather than needing to abandon it or something.
Philip, with our armored division, are we supposed to be holding checkpoints on the cardinal directions?
Yeah, my vehicles are doing that. Basically,
Okay, the only
establishing
reason I ask is because each frontage road essentially has direct access underneath the overpass, which could be a danger zone for IEDs.
Yeah, I'm aware of
VBIs.
that, which is why I had my guys posted up there on the north side. I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you have a presence right there. It's gonna be pretty hard for somebody to sneak up and plant an IED.
Yeah, on top of that, like, a lot of that's flat anyways. You'd see it.
Well, no, more so if we have regular traffic going through a vehicle.
Oh, you mean like
VBID?
VBIEDs? Okay.
Yeah, VBID.
A VBID, you know,
Because like if
Would
we're
be a
on
problem
the north
for
side
sure.
of that road where his arrow is on the western side, somebody can come on frontage on the southern side of that, and then circle underneath the overpass and blow that shit up.
it's not that VBIDs aren't a thing, right? Like everybody knows what VBIDs are now, so in this scenario, everybody would also know what VBIDs are. But we are, you know, Americans fighting other Americans. We're not suicide bombing isn't a largely used tactic. I wouldn't imagine.
So they're not trying to immobilize our MRS on this large interstate section.
Right, we would be expecting like an equivalent force, another like mobile infantry force to show up and try and seize
Copy.
control of this, or possibly like one platoon show up and try and conduct a raid to blow some bridges or something, and then egress or something along those lines.
Copy.
All right, we got any ideas for blue? What we're interested in doing?
I've been considering that since we're not expecting much like civilian traffic, we could potentially restrict the 2-lane highway to 1 lane and have a few positions on the interstate ready to intercept.
You could do that, sure.
Okay. One second. Yeah, so that would likely be somewhere on either of the 2 main ones. I can assume that the mobile unit will already have advance warning if anyone is coming, but it would definitely be good if we could barricade off a lane on both to at least kind of restrict the traffic that's coming.
Sure.
It shouldn't be affecting the civilian traffic at all.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of in like getting on the highway, interstate civilian traffic. It's not like it's forbidden and people don't do it, but again, people aren't. There's some commerce, there's some stuff going on, but it's definitely not like right now where everything is open and popping and people are just like, you know, let's go out to eat and all that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, you know what? Could you move the VIX a little bit closer to the center? Like, the west one, for example. Like, it should be closer to the center of, like, that whole highway system. Yeah, right there would work. And then the southernmost one.
1424.
A little bit further north, right there would be great. And then that guy, make him a little more to the west. On I-20. 1-3 at I-20. Yeah, there you go. That way we get a little bit of a closer chokehold on that whole thing.
So, Philip, on the western side where 1-1 and 2-1 are, I feel like 2-1 would have to go way out of the way to actually make it up onto the highway road, if that's going to be an issue.
Let's see that area on Google Maps.
So you see how 1-1 is like on the highway? 2-1 would have to go westerly up frontage road and then cut back towards 1-1.
They were right here. I just tentatively moved them to this building to fix that, right? They could just basically run onto the highway.
Yeah, I was trying to see where my units were on the west side.
Yeah, they're about parallel with that building, so like right here.
All right.
Does Orange still have one squad to place?
Yes. And they probably want to reposition the stadium squad, I would imagine, now that the VCP's been repositioned.
Absolutely, yeah. I want to place that stadium team. I want to keep them close to 2-1. Preferably on the side of 2-1 and 2-2. And the other squad, I want to place them
Well, that's what we were kind of
right
just
on line with 1-3.
right on line with 1-3. Yeah, that's cool.
And he said I had one more to one more squad.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
These are all messed up because I'm a dork. Keep thinking. I got it.
Hey, Pink, what was your QRF element? Was that 2-4 and 1-4? Or 2-4?
Yeah, so Squad 2 is the QRF element for Squad 1.
Okay, I want to keep my rifle platoon with your guys in case they need to work us up. Yeah.
Smart idea.
Yes, I think you're good right here. This squad can kind of support either of these two, right? They're right in line with either mobile team, mobile truck.
GWOT, if we have Humvees and there's 5 people per Humvee with 3 dismounts available, does that mean we can only carry from the rifle platoon 3 people per Humvee? Because the way they were just talking sounded like we were going to utilize our mobile to be moving people around from rifles.
Yeah, the mobile sections don't have any extra room in the trucks. So
okay, so
these rifle platoons and the rifle squads, they can be transported in a vehicle, but that would be just like a regular civilian soft shell truck that we're using.
Copy.
And that would probably have a citizen driver, right? Somebody that wants to get in the fight, but for whatever reason they're not physically able to fight, too old, they're whatever, broke knees or some shit. But they can drive a truck. They can.
That wants to be an Uber.
Right. So we got Ubers, which is how the regular infantry handles it too, right? Your mobile platoon, they don't give anybody a ride. They're their own strike force. And then if foot infantry is going to be transported in trucks, they get on like 7 tons, or if they're, you can transport them in like Bradleys or MATVs or something like that, like a fire team per vehicle type situation, or AAVs for the Marine Corps. But most of the time what you'll do is you'll load up into a 7-ton, drive from wherever you're at to like the objective rally point or whatever, and then get out and then walk the rest of the way in. Type of vibes. So if we want to have like a truck, right, we can have one truck per team. That's fine to Uber them around.
What do you say?
So you probably want to put this squad. Oh my goodness. In this building with these guys, right? And then probably this squad out here with them. Something like that. So they can cover these two. They can cover this one. And they can cover that one. And then honestly at this point, unless Blue's got some really awesome ideas, I would suggest to have a unit in reserve as well. And then just like these two teams are swapping in and out, right? You can swap in and out with Orange Platoon, right? So they'll spend like 3 days on guard duty, and you guys spend 3 days on QRF, and then swap back and forth, or whatever the case is. And then obviously this squad, that while they're on, they'll rotate through teams on who's like actively, looking, listening to the radio, staying awake, whatever. All that makes sense to everybody?
Good. Yeah.
I assume each platoon has a radio to communicate with everyone else.
Yes, each team has a radio, right? And then each squad leader has a radio, and each platoon has a radio. So the platoons can talk to each other, the squad leaders can talk to the platoons, and the squad leaders can talk to the teams, and then the teams can talk to the squad leaders. So the squad leaders are an intermediary. Platoon leaders can talk to all platoon leaders. Squad leaders can talk to their platoon leaders and their team leaders, and then the team leaders can talk to each other and the squad leader.
That's fantastic.
And all the vehicles participating have radios as well. Cool. So, we are in place. Wonderful. Good job, gentlemen. Time is passing. We know that the WPLF is advancing from our east and our north through the no man's land of Oklahoma and stuff. That's probably our most likely where they're going to come. Bigger, zoomed out picture. They could come from any direction, encroaching on us. But on the big map, they'll be coming probably from the north through Oklahoma. Time goes on. Where are we at? What's a good target of opportunity? So, time goes on, and over here, what are we looking at? Boom. That's elevated. All right. So,
Boys, he's going for In-N-Out Burger.
coming for you in and
That's
out.
the distro center.
Yeah, we got
frozen
that's the
patties.
Alamo right there. That's the Alamo.
Overrated.
All right. So, time goes on, and it's like the third day. Everybody's getting ready to go on rotation in the morning. They're feeling pretty complacent, and this checkpoint here on I-20 comes under sporadic harassing fire from an unknown enemy-sized team in the tree line here off in the bush. Right, so you don't
have pink.
Yep.
Have a pink 2-3 J-hook around and approach them from their east side.
Okay.
A bad guy's east side, that is.
Got it. So you want them to go like that?
Yep.
All
And
right.
then engage.
All right. So while you are making this movement, they naturally disengage themselves and retreat. And you come through and sweep, and you find a bunch of brass and a bunch of footprints and stuff like that, but you don't locate any enemy.
What kind of brass?
5.56.
Stay in that area for now. Have Pink 2-3 posted up where they were. Don't have them pursue them. Just have them stay there.
All right.
And then what's a status check on Pink 1-3?
Yep, they're good. It was ineffective fires. The fires hit the vehicle, but everybody was able to get behind it, get low, stay safe. It was 5.56 versus an up armored Humvee. No effect. The 240 was able to swing around and pop off some bursts before you cut their fires off, which is part of why the enemy retreated. And yeah, that's how that went.
Word. That's good to know.
Anybody else? Obviously, this event is reported over the radio. Anybody else want to make any moves or calls?
I want to have one of my teams try monitoring comms and try to scour try to keep an eye on the locals if they can provide any information on the attack that just happened.
Okay. So you go out there and where are we at? There really isn't much. Okay, I guess there are some houses out here. So you come and you sweep through this neighborhood and you talk to them and they say that yeah, last night, everybody's dogs were barking a bunch and stuff and it seemed kind of weird, but nobody ever walked into the neighborhood. They were walking up and down the streets. The neighborhood watch was, and they didn't see anything encroach on their exact territory. All right. It is the next day. We do we would have done a guard swap. Yeah, we'll do a guard swap. We do a guard swap. So orange, you're back chilling. Blue, you're up and out there. Ba-da-da-da-da. All right. Boom. Wonderful. Okay. All right, guard swap. We are out there. We are chilling. All right, and you see some vehicles, armored vehicles with up guns approaching. 3 of them from the east here on I-20.
Okay, so have a 2-3 assist 1-3 for Pink. And then what is that on the south side I'm seeing?
Have 1-3 assist 2-3. Is that what you said? So they're coming down like this on you.
I have 2-3 assist 1-3.
Right. So assist how?
Be online with them.
Okay.
And then my guys to the south side on that building.
Yep. Over here?
Yeah, in that area. I believe if you go north on the highway from there, that should take you to 1-3 and 2-3. Or at the very least, I see a road that does that anyways. I don't need to go on the highway. Yeah, have those guys, have the Pink guys drive up.
Oh, you want 2-4 to come? Got it.
Yeah, 2-4.
Okay.
And then also there's one more unit over there. Have them assist as well.
So you want 1-4 to break down their VCP?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So these guys are coming. These vehicles, right? So while these guys are approaching about like this, these guys come up right away. These vehicles stop, and 2 of them get online, and they start to suppress your location from their up guns.
Have 1-3 and 2-3 pull down to where 2-4 is.
Okay.
I'd like to assume a firing position from the tree line.
All right.
Yeah, should we be getting blue 3 squad moved into like a L shape helping us? Or get on top of the distribution center?
I want all of my pink guys to form an L-shaped ambush with the blue squad up there.
All right. So how you want to do that? So you got these guys positioned on this frontage road.
So.
And they walked up into the tree line.
Have a pink 1-3 hold position. Have a pink 2-3 on line at I-20 in the south lane. Have a pink 2-4 just immediately north of that on the other road.
Got it.
Yep. And then have 1-4
just get in where they fit in.
1-3.
Got it. All right. Cool. All right. So these guys are coming up. They're doing vehicle bounding. Right. So one vehicle stays stationary and suppresses while the other vehicle drives because you're pretty inaccurate while you're driving. Right. So they're bounding by 50 to 100 yards each bound with the vehicle in the rear following. You guys set up. They just come directly into your ambush once they get when do you initiate ambush and how? I'll give you it that way. Again, remember, so these vehicles have 240s on top, and then all of your dismounts have 249s. Like each team has a 249, each team has a 40 mic.
240 and a 40 mic. Just
at what point, right? So these vehicles are bounding up.
Right where they start to cross blue 3-3.
It's right about there or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you open up on them. It's pretty intense forces. Pretty intense fires. This vehicle in the rear hits it in reverse and drives out, and then does a 3-point turn and pulls off like that. These two vehicles, they pretty much stall out. You think you probably get a mobility kill on them. It's hard to tell because they are armored vehicles, but they are no longer driving them, so it would be assumed there's a mobility kill. And then the dismounts get out and they attempt to cross over the highway to the south here. Okay, that's 2 3-man teams, and in their egress, one of them is deleted. All right, so now we have one team that's crossed over and is now in this in and out distribution center complex.
I want pink 1-4 to hold that little small intersection right there, so that way they don't get any smart ideas. Supporting 1-3 to his southeast.
Okay. So these two are just going to hold pretty much? 1-4 and 1-3?
Pink 1-4 is just immediately southeast of pink 1-3.
Right.
You see where that road leads to the distribution center?
Right.
Right next door to 1-3, but on that road. And then just guard it. Make sure they don't get any ideas.
Okay.
And then I'll also want pink 2-3 to keep that mobility kill suppressed.
Okay.
Can we ask for blue 1-1 that those 3 teams to come up and guard those bottlenecks along those distribution buildings? Blue, do you want to do that?
Yes.
All right. That all look good?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. We're attempting to isolate the enemy. Any consideration for this guy out here, who's out of sight? Go for it.
Have pink 2-4 be prepared for him.
Okay.
Have him hold position, but ready.
All right.
I'm also wary of that. The first incident that we had, there was a small arms fire. You guys said that came from about this general area. Is that something that we should be concerned of for our position at the moment?
Everybody everywhere always definitely wants to have 360 security. That's just a general given without saying. Yes, and it like seems like they sent a team out here to probe this checkpoint, and then based on what they saw, they thought that this was going to be an effective attack to punch through it. So they launched this attack. Probably moving their units through this largely unpopulated terrain here into our area. Right, if I was just doing like a quick map recon and thinking about what happened, that's what I would assume.
Yeah, we have that dead zone to the northwest of us by Wheatland Road. There's that long stretch, unnamed road. That's a whole dead zone they can loop behind us.
Just want to put this out there. During this entire engagement, we don't have anybody manning the ECP or any kind of checkpoint to the south. Can I move, say, 2 of my teams down there to have something for security, and then bring one of them just closer to the intersection if needed?
Sure, who are we talking to?
Orange.
So you want 1 squad or just 2 teams? Or 2
We
squads?
can put the whole squad down there. I want to keep one of the teams on a building for Overwatch and another team closer for QRF if needed. And then they can rotate out who is manning the ECP.
Sounds good.
Now, since you're orange moving, would it not be easier since you're on foot to take where our 1-2 position is? You guys just walk right there, and we're mobile 1-2 and 2-2.
We can
go southerly.
We could assume they loaded up in
that's a good
trucks.
idea.
We could assume they loaded up in trucks. So we can deploy the foot mobile units in trucks, but they have to fight on foot, right? You can't drive a soft skin truck up to the fight. It's gonna get destroyed and everybody in it killed. So they can admin transport and soft shell, but whenever they transition to, an actual attack, they're going to have to dismount and do that fighting on foot, which is different than the mobile platoon, which has armored vehicles with turrets, so they're able to full-on assault with their vehicles.
Thank you for calling out that blind spot.
All right, what's going on with bad guys?
Right, so we have these 2 vehicles that are seeming mobility kill, and they are stalled and quiet on the road. We have 1 3-man team of dismounts here in the In-N-Out Burger Distribution Center somewhere, and 1 operational armored vehicle that egressed to the east and then exited to the north, and we lost sight of. Somewhere around over yonders. So how do you guys want to mop this up?
I say, hey, Blue, would you be able to support Pink 1-4 for an assault on the distro center?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Should the blue 3, should they lift and shift fire? Because we're crossing paths right now.
Right, so you probably would do a ceasefire on this, right? They're no longer there's nobody manning the turrets, and the vehicles are stationary, and you saw several dismount from each vehicle. So you haven't sent anybody up to do a BDA, so you don't know like what's up really in detail beyond that. But by all appearances, those vehicles are at least not this current second a threat.
So should blue 3 face northward for security and pink 2 push through to clear those vehicles?
Yeah, I want Pink 2-3 and Pink 1-3 to do search on those vehicles.
Cool. You would probably
make sure Pink 2-4 has security on them as well.
Right. Security on them as well. Okay. Cool. So you guys pull up, and then you push some dismounts, and they come up and sweep through it best they can, 90-degree angle, and they determine that there is their mobility killed, right? The wheel well and the drive shaft. Wow, I'm fucking tired, boys. The steering column and all that shit inside the wheel well is all fucked up from 40 Mike, and there is a 1 dead body inside one of the vehicles, shrapnel kill, and then the doors are all opened up, and it seemed like everybody grabbed their rifle and rolled out. And then obviously along the street, there are, now that you're up on them, and you can see there's five enemy KIA scattered across as they try to traverse that open terrain under fire.
All right, go ahead and have 2-3 finish up the search. I want 1-3 to support Pink 1-4, and I want to fuck that distro center.
Okay, so who's going, who's pushing, what are we doing?
All right, so 1-4 and 1-3 are going to push southeast on that road, basically just hold position in front of the place. And then I believe Blue said he was going to support me.
Yep, we have a whole squad of Blue here, preventing any
I'm gonna have mine go a little farther east, then come down across the highway. Maybe even put one behind the other building next to the distribution center.
Like this, right here.
Oh, this is currently the one. This is currently blue. Currently blue 3. That I was gonna have. Yeah, I was gonna have blue 3 go east along the frontage road.
Got it. Okay.
Then I can have 3-3 go in behind behind the building next to distribution centers. And then 3-1 and 3-2 can support from the front with 1-3 and 1-4 pink.
Something like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know, it sounds like I'm about a 4-second delay of what I'm seeing on my YouTube screen versus what I'm hearing off the Discord. So if I'm late talking, my apologies.
It's all good. It's all good, brother. There's always some technical difficulties. Just for the Google Maps,
Blue,
this is what we're looking at.
You giving up that 3 squad, you kind of exposed our northerly pink from being attacked again. I feel like you should have used the squad 1 to come up from the south. But continue,
okay.
Just my thought.
All right.
Yeah, what's the Blue 1 doing?
They ran up
just
from
kind
this
of
building.
there.
They ran up from this building to occupy like here to prevent this team from squeaking out this direction towards the intersection. Right, combined with pink up here to the north, that's like pretty much making this team either egress completely away from our AO or come and fight us.
You want to assault that place?
Somebody should do something.
Yeah, Blue, do you want to go in there and clear it out?
That's what we were planning on doing.
Yeah, let's have 1-3 and 1-4 go in through that entrance, and then maybe Blue 3 can support me.
So I would have these trucks sit up on line because they're an armored vehicle with a 240 in a fixed turret, right? And I would have those heavy guns, or medium guns, what they actually are, hammer down on this vehicle as my support by fire. And I would probably initially come up, I don't know, probably, what does it look like over here?
It looks like it's a fenced-off complex. A lot of open space. I think that's a low-lying hill that it's on.
Yeah, I would probably just push from here, right? I wanted to have a better angle, but I probably would push from here like this in, and then as that's happening, probably pull this far team to come up and support.
Yeah, I see that. It does seem.
I'm down with that.
It does seem that if there is a fence, my 3 unit probably won't be doing much in this position, so I might reconsider that.
You could get Overwatch on a nearby building.
We could defeat this fence, guys. You need to start. We're full Block 3 warfare. You pump that fence with a 40 Mike. It's got a fucking hole. You can walk through it.
All right.
Hell yes, brother. I don't know if I want to do it on that flat side though, because that looks like just open killing field.
Also, I think this is open. I think this is. You can get right in, right through this main this main way if you wanted to. Right, so we have like two vehicles.
That area is best for the trucks.
We have two vehicles here, like here, and then one up here, hammering down on this. You gotta. There's never a perfect scenario, right? I know this means we have to cross, and it's like an open area, but this is a tiny force that's fleeing from us, and now we have two vehicles with 240s hammering down, suppressing, right? Especially then, I know we didn't talk about it, but let's assume since we have all the toys, we have some smoke, pop some smoke, and then it's really not. I would feel personally safe to push a team across that in that exact scenario. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like we're assaulting a house or a building that the enemy has a fixed defensive position, a dug-in defensive position. Like they just ran in here 5 minutes ago.
Okay, then in that case, I want Pink 1 and Pink 4 to leapfrog into that front entrance.
Sure, you could do that too. You could just crash in with your trucks and then dismount and charge in the front door. It's not a terrible idea.
And then they're probably inside the building, I would assume. So in that case, have the VIX guard that front entrance, have them positioned so that way they can provide like some type of cover and concealment for the dismounted units. And have Pink 1-3 dismount and Pink 1-4 dismount enter the building and do work.
Yep. Wonderful. So
is anybody from Blue 3 on Overwatch looking for squirters on the eastern side of the In-N-Out distribution center?
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys came up here and occupied pretty much the I-20 roadway and are looking down this direction. So you have clear lines of sight, and this unit's watching down the backside here. So yeah, these guys are pretty trapped in. Ultimately, Pink goes in, they flush the enemy out, they take one casualty because that's CQB. This situation is resolved. These two vehicles are dead and out of the game, and we never see or hear about this vehicle again. He was hoping to pick up like evacuees whenever they got out of the fight, but they were unable to evacuate from us.
All right. So in that case, have Pink 1-3, Pink 1-4 return to the southern. What the hell is it? ECP. Yeah, then have a 1-4 be the QRF on that building to the immediate east.
All right. Everybody kind of just goes back to previously assigned tasks. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yep.
For Pink, yeah.
Wonderful. How are we all feeling? We want to keep going or we want to call it there? It has been an hour, but I'm happy to keep going. I have a whole nother scenario.
I got as much time as you do.
Wonderful. All right. So, we'll fast forward a couple days. All seems quiet. And then one night at about 4 a.m., whoa, we start to hear, where are we at? Where's the airport at? Here it goes. All right. We start to hear reports over the radio waves, which is our primary source of communication. I haven't really touched on that. Cell and internet have been down for a long time, and so everybody is communicating over ham radio. It obviously reduces the amount of communication and reduces your ability to verify that information, but that is how the information is getting passed around. All right, so again, we are down here in this intersection here to the southeast, and this is our area of operation, and we hear just to the north, west of us, over the radio, starting at about 3 a.m., that there is a bunch of issues and gunfights and traffic happening on 67. That apparently a large enemy convoy came and parked here along 67 and occupied it, and they were in a sustained gunfight with the defense forces here just to their east for those few hours. As daylight broke, it became apparent that what happened is with CCP funding, they were able to occupy and then fly in a bunch of forces into this airport, right? So they pulled this convoy in and protected it, and then were able to use this airstrip to land some forces. It's not a ton, but it is an entire... Whoa. Oh, I'm in... I'm in Google Maps. I was trying to find the edge of the map. It doesn't exist. Dallas. South. And then the airport is right there. Okay, so here's the airport. All right, so we have an enemy platoon that's flown in here, and then we expect that they're probably going to be bringing... right, they want to occupy this airport based on how they were unsuccessful to punch through our VCPs and get a hold of this intersection. They want to occupy this small airport and be able to fly in individuals and supplies that way.
Oh boy. So they've given up on that intersection, I-35 and I-20.
It would appear so. One, two.
Would anyone be willing to join me to try and occupy that, not the airport itself immediately, but a nearby area?
Yes.
Stage by there, get ready for an assault.
Yeah, so your task is to come and assault and clear out this position for sure. Whoa. Alright, so I'm going to establish some known enemy positions for you guys. Oh, that was lame. And we can take it from there. But yes, so you can be aware this is the area that we are going to be assaulting.
Do we have any friendlies and or civilians in the nearby residential areas?
Not that you would probably want to take on an assault force with you.
Well,
right,
that's fine.
We're 3 full platoons with armored cavalry, and we are coming to fight like a platoon plus. So we have the...
Oh, yeah, I wasn't asking for like extra fighters. I was just curious, like, if we post up in there, are they gonna rat on us?
No. Everybody's friendly.
Okay, yeah. In that case, which residential areas surrounding the airport do I want to post up at? What's that to the north side of the airport? Oh, it's just open land. Or no, what's that highway?
Highway 12.
Not Ledbetter. Yeah, let's go Southampton and Ledbetter for all the pink units. It's gonna be northeast.
Yeah, I'm placing enemy units right this very second. I apologize.
No, you're good. I get it.
I am but one man. All right. So these guys that are like out here just in the open, they're just administratively tokens that are placed here for right now. Okay, so the only enemy locations you're aware of are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're aware of these because the local citizens have told you that there's an enemy checkpoint in those locations. As well as you can see, there is a large amount of supplies that have been dropped off, like pallets and pallets, crates and crates, and they're staged here in the grass along the runways.
Can I improvise an RPG or a law rocket?
Yeah, you guys have 1 law per squad.
I don't want to use that just yet, but let's hold on to it. The secret weapon that'll help us later.
Our secret mousquetool. All right, gentlemen. So now I'm listening to you. How we planning this? Do you need to see Google Maps? What are we cracking with? So
Alright,
we're a deliberate attack against a near peer enemy.
Since you have like 4 trucks per section, why not just split that up and have a squad with each of those trucks push up individually and basically push up onto that airfield.
Right. You don't want to send a soft shell vehicle into gunfire if you can avoid it, because it's just basically going to get everybody killed. So like I said, we could...
The up armored.
Right, so these up armored...
He's talking about Pink Squad.
Right, Pink Squad
Oh.
Pink Squad absolutely can assault the airfield with their Humvees. Like that's literally what the Marines did in Iraq when they needed to take the Baghdad airport to get resupplied. They just drove over the berm with their Humvees with up guns and assaulted the airfield.
Yeah, that's partially what I was saying. I want all the pink units to stage at Southampton and Ledbetter. So that'll be to the northeast.
Southampton and Ledbetter. There's Ledbetter, there's Southampton. Got you. Okay. And then the foot infantry, right? They can get trucked in somewhere to essentially like an objective rally point, if you will, and then dropped off, and then finish the last bit walking in. But ideally, you want to keep their soft shell transportation completely safe, separated from any possible gunfire.
Yeah, ideally. What are we thinking? Blue or orange?
I want to try to have my platoon blend in with the population and get as close to one of the enemy positions as possible, and just monitor it until you guys are ready to push up, and then we can make an attack.
If you just want an observer, you can get a civilian observer. But we can still do that if you would like.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, just so we don't have to spend too much time staging. Once Pink's ready to push on a southern unit, I want to get my guys Uber down to that kind of triangle corner. I can't quite read what it is. It's meeting from Hampton Road and Marvin Love Fairway.
Right. So you want your guys to kind of stage in this neighborhood, and then when the time's right, assault through like that? Is what I'm understanding. What color are we? Blue?
Orange.
Orange. I'm retarded. All right. Here we go.
So since Pink is all stacked up on Hampton Road, I can assume that you'll be taking these 2 southernmost checkpoints.
Yeah. We're going to go south on Hampton and just be ready to support orange.
Oh, hey, GWOT.
So-
I want my orange guys across that highway, closer to that first one Pink's going to engage or come in contact with.
Okay. And so you want to try to get this whole platoon, I'm understanding this right, of
Do
dudes.
they have a position on the highway itself or on the foot?
No, in the neighborhood. Because I want one squad for assault. I'm doing assault support security, and we got 2 elements there we may have to engage, so I don't want them split too far up.
So is that looking good to you?
Like by Luby's, like that neighborhood up there.
Oh, I see. Across the road.
Yep.
Like right here?
Yes.
Boom. All right. And blue, what are we thinking? And you guys need to coordinate with each other. What's the overall plan of attack, right? Like who's suppressing, who's assaulting, who's going to support, what's your primary foothold you're going to try to seize, what's the next phase you're going to try to conduct?
seems like pink's going to be assaulting. Since they got the armor, I'm going to take support, and if blue wants, they can post exterior security.
Yeah, Pink is gonna support orange by just completely occupying Hampton Road in their vicinity when the assault comes. I'm assuming they're going to attack that one that's right there by Chuck Taylor Drive. Yeah, I'm assuming he's attacking that one, in which case, yeah, we would occupy just the entirety of Hampton Road in that area, just online, all 8 Vics. And then we'd be prepared for that one that's a little bit to the northwest or just the west of where orange is posted up.
You could split 4 and 4, take both at once. I would support you from the trees.
Yeah, let's do that. So 4 pink on the first one, 4 pink on the second one.
And you said blue wants to support from the trees right here?
Yeah.
So how are you getting there? Probably getting dismounted from your soft shells, the same ORP where pink stages, and then coming like this, and then walking down like that?
That's the idea.
Alrighty. Anybody else have any other last-minute touches?
No.
GWOT, just checking a technical. The 5 enemies that are in the middle of the airfield, can you just take your cursor and do like a couple circles? And then I'm going to start counting down to see how long the delay is.
All right. I did 1 circle and I paused, and now I'm starting more. That's a pretty good delay if he still hasn't seen it yet.
Yep, I'm going to kind of just sit back on this fight because it's about a 14-second delay.
All right, what squad are you? Or platoon, rather?
I was just kind of with pink.
Oh, with pink. I got you, bro.
Doing that was the armored mounted.
Got you if they ever dismounted and left you behind. I understand. All right, sounds good, boss.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, dude. Okay, so we are moving on. We are in the ORP. I would imagine pink and orange now are basically both waiting for blue to get into position. And while blue is moving through the forest, the tree line here, they come into contact with one enemy team, right? So they actually get shot at first, and then they standard battle drill immediately get online and start to return fire. At which point, this team breaks contact and just breaks visual contact, which doesn't take much in the forest.
Have Pink Platoon 1 occupy Hampton Road along that entire area. So 4 guys lined up, ready to L-shape them. Yeah, that works. And then those guys, have them a little bit further south. Yep, perfect.
Okay. And then, blue, what are we doing? So you got shot at by an enemy team.
Go ahead.
You shot a bunch more at him, and then he kind of beat feet out of there, and now you can't see him anymore. The dust kind of cleared. Now what are we doing?
It'd be unwise to advance too much further at a reckless pace. But instead, I should be able to get one of them kind of out to the east. I can get out of the forest near where pink currently is, and I can send another out towards the west, kind of in between that gap.
Right here? Or right here?
Yeah.
In the trees are out.
Going in that direction. This is to sort of prepare for the later attack. We still need to take out the one checkpoint we'd originally planned on doing. So Blue 2 will be able to support Pink 1 in that endeavor.
All right, I want Pink 1 to do an L shape with Pink 2. Occupy that road.
Pink 1 doing L shape with pink 2. Occupy what road?
Yep.
This road right here, Charleston.
So,
So when you do
what's
drive,
that, Challenger Drive?
yeah, when you do
Yes.
drive south down here like you did, is this you wanted to drive all the way south like this?
Right now I want have pink 2 hold position.
Hold position on
So,
South
pink
Harp or
2
Challenger?
No, pink 2, like keep them where they were originally.
Got it.
Right there by Campfire Circle. Have pink 1. No, not at the ORP where like
Got it. I got you. I'll bring them back.
right there, and then have pink 1 occupy Challenger Drive from what's the name of that street?
This Hampton Road here, and then they could drive onto Challenger.
Mariner is that?
Sure.
Mariner.
Have them, Mariner. Have them, Mariner. Challenger Drive from Mariner to Hampton.
So you want
So
them
like they're on Challenger Drive,
Got
but
it.
the line starts at Mariner and ends at Hampton.
Got you.
No, north side of Challenger. Like they're all on Challenger.
Got it. I see what we're talking about now.
There we go. And then get ready to L-shape that checkpoint or whatever that is up there.
For sure, right. So this is the enemy team that we lost contact with. Okay. So we've now traversed out through the woods. You guys are moving around. And blue squad up here, are we still trying to move through this tree line just cautiously, like move into contact, squad online, or platoon online, rather?
Yes, with high alert.
High alert. Wonderful. Okay. So, your first squad, they move about another 100 yards through the tree line, and they come in contact with what is now an enemy squad. So 3 teams from the enemy in the tree line. You both kind of come face to face online with each other at about 50 meters, and you're not even really sure who saw who first, and everybody just opens up on each other, obviously hit the dirt, and start to try to buddy rush through, and the fighting is pretty intense.
I'd like to get 3 and 2 to come in from the sides, see if we can get some crossfire.
Okay, so you call units 3 and 2 in. Unit 3 gets there a little bit faster, right? They see first team starts to open up fire, and then the other teams wrap around and set up on the west side like that. You are engaging the enemy. The enemy is engaging you. You guys do take some casualties, but ultimately you're able to sweep through and clean that enemy up with support of 3rd Squad. All right, so now it would appear that these woods are probably cleared out.
All right. I'd like to see if I can get some view of the landing strips with 2. Let's kind of go to the edge of the tree, see what I can see, and the others can go down to support pink 1.
So, I'm sorry, say that again for me. Which squad? Squad 3 is going to go see what they can see at the landing strips?
Yeah, just go west.
Do they want to wrap around into the tree line, or do they want to cross into the open?
I was going to have them go to the edge of the tree line, see what they can see from there.
Got it.
There should be a few lines of sight going down between the buildings that they can look down from there at relative safety.
Sure. Okay, so they get up there and they see some enemy units kind of remobilizing here to the eastern side of the airport, off the runway. So pretty much everybody that was working on the runway grabbed their rifles and has run and is now trying to set up defensive positions here amongst the buildings.
I'll be sure to communicate all of that to Pink 1 so we can get like an estimate of the numbers and their firepower, as well as how they should respond.
Roger that. I want all pink squads to do an L shape on that little building right there.
Who's pushing through?
Have a pink one like on the north side. Basically, just have them move a little bit forward to establish a better base of fire, and then have pink 2 actually assault through the target.
All right. So you drive up, you get just to the opposite side of that little road, and then you're probably gonna push dismounts, I would imagine. Where's the airport?
No, not just yet. I just want to fuck the buildings up and fuck up everything I can from the outside.
All right.
Would blue 1 and blue 2 come in to help actually clear the building while you're fucking it up?
Yeah, I was hoping that they would come down out of the woods with blue one, with pink 1.
Okay. So now you have this almost 2 squads here at the tree line, and you want them to walk up and occupy with the trucks like this, or how are we getting these guys into the buildings?
Pink 1 is going to support blue.
Yeah. Once the trucks have laid down the suppression, we can bring a few squads in.
Would pink 1 have to lift and shift if you're pushing through them? I feel like you're in their line of fire.
Right. So right now we have all these guys hammering down into these buildings. They'd probably be spread out a little bit more. All these guys hammering down into these buildings, and then also from the north here, right? This guy's cut off. He's probably oriented security, and then but like these vehicles could hammer down into there, and then they're hammering through. But before anybody moves, right? Somebody's gonna have to stop shooting, right? We either could drive these trucks up while we kept shooting at them, and then have all of these dismounts and all these foot infantry clear through, or we could have fire shift from the north and have these dismounts come through and clear. Those are pretty much our options at this point. Or we could utilize this platoon here as well. Orange.
Let's have pink 1 call ceasefire. Have their dismounts support all the blue teams. And then the Vics just hold position and watch them in case those guys need to light up.
Okay, so then we're going to come out of the tree line and cover this ground and take this building?
Mm-hmm. I mean...
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's what blue's doing.
Yes, that's what I said.
Awesome, right. So
just a general question.
Yep.
With enemies known to the west, would pink 1 form a blocking position to the northwest?
It's a great idea.
That's why I had them right there. Like, that's why I had them in position right there, so that way, like, they're close to the building, but they can also do that if they need to.
Gotcha.
All right, so we start flowing teams in with suppression and obscuration. Right, one team gets in, they call, they're ready for support to come up. When this second team starts to cross, we do start to receive some fire from this clump of buildings here, at which point vehicle 1-1 pulls up and returns fire onto those buildings. All right, we come through. We get another team called up, and about that time, we clear that out. We are, however, down a team between the CQB and the crossing of the field. That's life.
All right, so in that case, I want pink 2 to occupy that building that blue is currently inside of.
Okay.
And then have them basically just prepare for that enemy squad that's approaching.
Philip, would we not retain the pink and orange? I feel like orange is not being utilized. Would they not take position in the building and we keep mobile in our vehicles?
We had kind of forgot about them. I thought that pink and orange are going to help take out that checkpoint to like the southeast.
That was the original plan, yeah.
You said that your blue was down a team, right?
They're down
Yes.
2 teams now as a platoon.
Okay, so I want to utilize my guys as QRF. He could pull 2 of my teams, and one of my other teams can rock with pink as an extra set.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want all my pink guys to be where they are for now, so that way we can watch both sides, both the west and the south. And then orange can do whatever.
Well, we still have the enemies to the direct south.
Yeah, we have an enemy to the direct south still, and we have known enemy that's engaging us in the airport.
Staging for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just refining the situation, right? So we still have these enemy checkpoints that we were intel told us about way off here to the west. We have these forces that we're actively engaging with here inside the airport, and this enemy checkpoint down here to the south as well. We still have this entire platoon in reserve, right? We have this mobile section up here, this mobile section that has dismounted, so these trucks with up guns are on the road, and their dismounts, as well as a squad minus of mobile or foot infantry is in these buildings. So we've got a foothold in the complex. What is the next area we're trying to take down, and who are we sending to take it down? Right, that's where your line of thought is. So we're kind of coming in from the northeast, sweeping through. Right, so we've gained our foothold in the northeastern corner. Now, what are we going to do with it?
That south enemy checkpoint's in a flanking position. You guys should probably do something about that.
Definitely agree.
Hey, GWOT, can you move my platoon to the set of buildings near the Ambassador Aviation? The Simjet Center, anywhere in that vicinity.
And this is orange?
Yes.
You want them to go south?
Yep. Just south of the thing.
Got it. So you want them to cross this road?
Yep.
Wonderful. Okay.
Over.
Yeah, for sure. So you cross the road. You get one squad across without incident. When the second squad starts to cross, they start taking some pop shots. You guys set up to return fire and facilitate the rest of the crossing. While that's happening, while you guys are crossing, they are receiving a bunch of heavy fire from your excessive numbers, and you see them break down and get in a vehicle and maneuver off that way, but you kind of lose sight of them behind the buildings, and you're not sure where they go. And now we are across the road.
Setting up a team on Overwatch at lobbies would be a good spot so they don't get reflanked on that main road. Just a thought.
I'll be honest, I forgot about the element there. We had a enemy element. Yeah, I'll do that and set up a security element on Lubies. I want one of my squads to push south in conjunction with one of the technicals 2-4. I want them that travel southbound around the Henry B. National Building and get on their backside while one of my squads pushing south on Hampton Road. And then I want them to attempt to assault.
Okay, so 2-4, you cool with that? You want to send one, or do you want to send two? Do you want people to mount up before you do that, or do you want to just send the trucks?
Want a whole position for right now. Pink 2.
So you're not going to support him then? You're going to deny the support?
Oh, excuse me. No, support him.
It's all good. I mean,
Support
you
the
can.
hell out of him.
All right, cool.
No.
So
Have Pink 2 set up a line, occupy the Simjet Center.
Simjet Center, right? And do you want to? So how do you want to do that? You just want to have your
dismounts have the dismounts do that, to be exact.
Got it. All right, so your dismounts are coming up and doing that, and then these trucks. Do you want them to move south as well?
A little bit.
All right, you creep south. As those trucks creep south, these guys are moving positions. we are staying up in the buildings here. You see these guys cross the road and set up position inside the Henry B. Triple National Aviation, whatever the hell that is, right here, right? So you see that fire team run across, and they've got like a bunch of belt feds slung over their shoulders and ammo cans in their hands. And you take some pop shots off them, at them, but you don't connect, because just like the last guy, you kind of shoot some shots at as he crosses the road real quick. So now you know they're inside this building.
I want all of Pink 2 to completely surround that building. So not the dismounts, the VIX.
Okay. All right, so coming up like this, parking here. What is this? A parking lot, I bet, is what that is. All right, and then...
It's a parking lot with a Humvee.
All right, what do you want to do with this guy? Come over here to the south or wrap around like...
Southeast.
Southeast. Got it. Something like that.
And then maybe have Pink 2-2 a little more to the southwest.
Something along these lines?
How do we incorporate orange on this?
I want to push Squad 1 on the east side of the Hampton Road. I want them to come down to Chuck Taylor Drive and then come around the backside of 2-1 to prepare to assault.
Do a third squad. 3-3. Last team. All right. And let's look at what we got going on here. Where are we at? All right. So we are wrapping around here on Chuck Taylor. This is that building. Indeed, it is just a big paved area, whatever it is. Oh, that's probably where they pull planes into, huh? That makes sense. And cool. So that's what's going on there. Okay, so you want to wrap them around and then send them across this road into the complex?
Yep.
Wonderful, right? And what are the things we need to do before we send people?
Lift and shift 5.
Make sure we got suppression from Pink.
Right, suppress
You
and
got it.
suppress and then lift and shift with everybody else. It's absolutely correct. And obscure, right? So we want to throw some sort of smoke or something. Obscure, and we're going to push into the building. Push into the building. All right, as we get 2 teams in, they're starting to clear the building. It's a big complex. They're working on it, and then all of a sudden from all along this side of the building, you get opened up by machine gun fire, right? All of these trucks start to take heavy sporadic fire, right? So like a 100-round belt will rip on one truck, and then a 100-round belt will rip on another truck. And they're kind of going back and forth.
I want to call in support from Squad 2.
All right.
Philip, are Pink 2 dismounts pulling security north-northwest, or are they engaged in this fight?
No, they're pulling security north-northwest.
Okay.
All right, so and all these pink vehicles are being engaged, but they're not really able to engage back because we already have people up in this building. All right, get into the building, and we are able to get the drop on these guys. We actually don't take any casualties because they were primarily focused on the trucks to the exterior. And cool, so now we occupy all of this.
Alright. I want the VIX to occupy the aviation center to the northwest of the dismounts. And then I want Pink 1 to age at Saturn Drive.
Here we go. Saturn Drive. Stage at Saturn Drive. All right. So you're coming up. These are dismounts coming up along Saturn Drive here?
No, the dismounts are occupying the Simjet Center still. Pink 1 is Saturn Drive.
Got it. pink one. Wonderful. So they're coming up and doing that. Got you. And these trucks are still over here.
Six are at the Aviation Center.
Yes, they are.
Or excuse me, Ambassador Aviation.
Northwest of the dismount.
Got it.
Philip, you got pink 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 lagging behind.
He's setting those guys up. He'll get to them soon.
Okay, copy.
Perfect.
Alrighty. So, what are we working with here? Why are you here? You're supposed to be over here, I think.
I was about to say.
Alright. Good night. Alright, so what is our next target, right? We're trying to take these two teams to the north here. And we're still concerned about these checkpoints over here to the east.
Yeah, I want all the pink VIX to do an L shape on, what is that? Our closest target, Executive Airport RDB. Yeah, have all the VIX do an L shape on that.
All right. So I assume you guys want these guys to kind of drive up like so. And then you want these guys to kind of do like that?
On the south side. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you set up on the south side. You open up on them. They are... Let's look at this on Google Maps. What is going on here?
It's a
parking lot and some buildings.
interesting building.
That is a very interesting building. Okay, so from the second story of this building, there's two machine guns, right? One machine gun is focused to these VIX with first squad, and one machine gun is focused to these VIX on second squad, right? It's doing its best to pump out even fire to each vehicle. It obviously must be in some sort of an armored position because we are hammering down at the building, and it is still able to sustain its fire on us.
We do have rockets, you know.
We do have rockets.
I mean, I want to save those.
Can we strap some tannerite to a drone and fly it into the window?
Why not do the 40 mics?
There you go.
Yeah, 40 Mike it.
All right, wonderful.
That's a rifle squad, right?
Yeah, your dismounts would have 40 Mike as well. But yes,
so.
your head is in the right space. Who's gonna go clear this? Right, we need to make those machine guns be quiet, correct? But then the next step immediately after that is occupy that space. So what are we sending dismounts? Are we calling up a rifle squad?
If I can get another squad to clear that spot, I will have my dismounts occupy it afterwards, so that way anybody can advance from there.
Blue 2, 1, and 1, 2 are lagging behind. They could assist.
Yeah. Two.
Is that what you want to do? Something like that?
Yeah. I should probably leave the 3 squad up there for the time being.
Yeah, they would probably creep south some, but yeah, they're keeping an eye up here and kind of having a blocking position, making sure we're not going to get wrapped around.
Given that there's known enemies further west, should we have orange move up and provide security southwest of our pink?
Yeah, probably. Right. This is all open terrain. You don't want to get out in the open, but we probably can start having these. Yeah, occupy these.
Would
buildings.
Orange be able to move along the highway, US 67?
Sure, they could.
It's up to him.
Preemptively come up that tree line?
That could do a good job of keeping eyes on that checkpoint over there.
So what are we doing here, fellas?
Orange team. CAFK.
Hang on a second. Sorry, guys.
Take your time.
I'm gonna have one of my squads. I believe. Hard to read. Where 1-3 is. I want one of them to stay there. I want squad 2 to move down to squad Pink's 2-2. I want both the other 2 squads on that side. And then blue needs assistance. They can pull from any teams on the left side of them.
There does seem to be a fence around the rear of the building, if that affects anything.
That's what the Humvees are for.
Yeah, we should be able to defeat that by lots of means.
40 Mike, baby.
Yeah, lots whatever. I'm sure somebody's got bolt cutters, drive a Humvee through it, pump it with a grenade, throw a frag at it, throw a frag at the post.
Politely ask it to move out of the way.
Yeah. Cool beans. So, like, yeah. So, what are we doing here, fellas? Where are we going? Trying to take this post right here, I would presume.
Yep. Basically, pink is just online to L-shape it, suppress it, and whoever wants to move in to clear it, I'll have my dismount to occupy afterwards.
Well, there's really only one guy to do it, and that's me. I'm there.
All right. So you guys crank that with a 40 Mike. Machine guns go quiet. You immediately rush in one team. They gain a foothold. Call in the next team. Y'all cleared out. You do take one casualty, but you are able to roost the enemy out of there, right? That machine gun team was a 2-man team up at the top, and they were KA from that 40 Mike. And then the 2 guys down below just hid in a little murder hole and waited, and they managed to shoot somebody in the back. They didn't see him, but then they got dealt with shortly after. Okie dokie.
F.
Poor guys. This really is a
In
weird
that case,
building.
I want all the pink 2 dismounts to occupy that executive airport RDB.
Okay.
Now, Philip, would you reverse your L and take your 1 squad across the northern part of that building, and then your 2 squad facing the airfield, so we don't get hit from the teams that are flanking our west?
Yeah, so I want pink 1 to basically join blue 3 up there. And then I want the pink 2 Vicks to stage... excuse me. Stage to prepare to... Donkey. Stage for the Coast Flight Academy. Basically just get online immediately south of it.
Okay, so you want this first squad to come up here like that? Up to 3?
Yep.
All right.
Right there on that road. Then those guys on the Parish Aviation Flight Academy.
Got it. Okie doke. All right, so you come up here. And what are we looking like? It's just a big hangar. Bye-bye.
F in the chat, boys.
Right, wonderful. So we have 3rd squad staged out here in the wood line. This is just a big hangar. We have driven up, and we are starting to suppress it pretty good. There is there's an abandoned Humvee outside with a 240 on top, but there's nobody inside of it. And 3rd squad, it calls over the radio that they ran away from that Humvee like a good 15 minutes ago into this building, and they haven't seen anybody come out since. So they've got to be inside there. So who's suppressing?
let's-
Who's going? Same gig. Same gig.
Let's go ahead and have the Pink 2 Vix sandwich the Coast Flight Academy.
All right. They can't shoot at it now.
Yeah, we're crossing the streams here. That's a thin hangar. I feel like Squad 2 would rip through and hit one.
In that case, how do I want to do this? I know. Have them, not there, but a little more like a backwards L with Squad 1. There we go.
Beautiful.
So what? Squad 2 suppress and 1 and blue come in from the east.
Yeah, and then maybe Blue could come up and do the work.
Yep. So you
Smoke across the road.
you send Blue in.
Yep.
It's a big building, but it's largely open. They call up a team as soon as they get in to help clear through the large hangar, and they immediately deal with this enemy team who was spending their time sending radio transmissions and setting things on fire and destroying paperwork and stuff like that. So they weren't even paying attention to the fight, and you guys just walked up and popped them. They didn't even see you. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, now...
What frequencies were they transmitting to?
Yeah, can we check the bodies for anything?
Yeah, sure. You can. I mean, we are still in the middle of an active raid, but yeah. What
Well, I
frequency?
didn't know if we would get radios to see what those enemies to the
Sure,
southwest are
sure,
doing.
sure. That's great. That's great. Yeah. So they're just on whatever. They're on 144.222. All right, and you hop on that net and you listen, and you hear likely from these guys. They're like, "What's going on? What's going on? What do we need to do? Should we torch the supplies on the runway? Should we torch the supplies on the runway?"
Can we feign over the radio that we're part of their group and say it's all clear, and then sneak up on the supplies?
You can do whatever you want to do, brother. How likely is it? Do you
Group.
think they're gonna not realize it's somebody else?
I was gonna say, can I have a Pink transmit on their frequencies and tell them to go fuck themselves?
All right, John McClellan.
So you guys
what do we
try to communicate that that like, oh, it's good, but they ask you if it's fucking Jim, and you say yeah it's Jim, and then the radio just goes silent.
Pass and challenge.
Yeah, pass. That sounds like a pass and challenge failed.
What do we want Orange doing? Do we want them sneaking in the woodline to the south-southwest?
Or did Orange leave?
Orange is down
Did
here
somebody
just to the
leave
south.
chat?
Yes, I think Orange left. I might be
Well,
wrong.
somebody else assume command. Who else we got in here?
I'll take Orange. Fuck it.
Wonderful.
All right. Philip, are you able to assist me covering across this airfield? Because I'd love to take Orange 2 and go to the woodline to the south of the airfield into a flank maneuver.
Absolutely. I want all the Pink Vix to basically just line up on the north side and just be prepared to support him pretty much.
All right, GWOT, can you zoom in for me? I just want to see what my Orange, so I can make the call-outs. Can't
Yeah,
see the numbers.
absolutely.
Thank you. All right, can I have Squad 3 push across to the west and take up position in the wood line south of the enemy?
Like that?
No, to the next clump of trees, more westerly.
Okay.
Yeah, right around there on the tip. Yep.
All right, so you're doing that. These guys come up here and occupy a blocking position, which is pretty clutch. I have to think of what else I want to do now. All right, good job, Pink. So Pink comes up here and occupies a rapid blocking position on the runway. that's close enough. Orange is traversing across this open terrain under Pink's cover, and at that time, we see two Humvees pull out of these vehicles, pull out of these buildings, and immediately come under fire from all of the mobile platoon, and they immediately turn to the northwest and drive down this looks like this little elevation dip possibly, and hit this dirt road and try to take off, right? So they are dipping. It looked like they were headed out towards the runway, but immediately we're like, oh, that's not going to work. And then exited stage left.
I want Pink 2 to immediately pursue them, and then I want Pink 1 to go north and try to find a place to cut them off.
I feel like we have to clear that building. If there's anybody left behind, this could be a bait and switch. I feel like I still need your help so I can move my orange across.
Okay, then Pink 1 and Pink 2 can go do that. Pink 3 and Pink 4 will stage to clear those buildings.
Yeah, if you can get some eyes on and suppress from the northeast, I need to move the rest of my orange guys to regroup with Squad 3.
So I would probably say, given the fact that you have dismounts from your second section back there, what you could do, if you wanted to do everything, and it's just 2 vehicles, you could split your section. So you could send 1 section, your first section, 2 vehicles to pursue, and 2 vehicles to try and cut off north, and then leave all of these vehicles with their belt-fed medium machine guns to support the attack, since they don't have dismounts anyways, right? Their dismounts are way back here. And by the time their dismounts come and load up, these guys are going to be long gone. So the only other option would be you don't want to split this first section up, so then you pick either pursue or try and cut off to the north. So those are your 3 options.
Phil, I'll let you make your move first. GWOT, while he's deciding, can you take my squad orange 2 and orange 1 and regroup with 3, please?
Oh, was I on mute?
Yes.
Yes.
It appears so.
Oh, okay. So, what I was trying to say was, I have 1-1 and 1-2 continue pursuit. 1-3 and 1-4 go north to try and cut them off.
Alrighty. So these guys are going and they're driving and they're being pursued. Where's a good spot? So they come down through here, they hit this road, and they dump their vehicles and they hop out and they just take off on foot towards the building, towards the all this shit, which isn't even a residential area. It looks like a bunch of, it's a industrial zone, it looks like.
Have the entirety of Pink 1 try to get an L shape on them.
Alright, so they're going. Pink 1 is up here. They drove up here and probably came and then linked up with that road and then hit this north section, so then they could sweep around like this and cut these guys off. And yeah, beautiful. These guys looks like they get Control-Alt-Deleted. They don't get away today.
Yes, sir. Exactly as God intended. In that case, I have Pink 1 rejoin whatever Orange is doing.
Yep. This is pretty much index boys, right? So Pink 1 comes back. Orange is coming through, and they are just systematically clearing these buildings to discover that they are actually empty. And that was a wrap. And there is a bunch of military and food and water supplies staged on the runway that you guys now can commandeer.
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Hell yeah.
Is there any intel about enemy intent for more people being flown in or anything we discovered?
Yeah, you discovered that there is a scheduled flight log of supplies coming in, and starting tomorrow they were supposed to bring troops in.
So is that
In
an
that
ambush for the
case-
incoming?
Absolutely, yeah. I want Pink to basically just stage up and occupy the airport.
Is this for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, or are we going to keep going?
No, this is a wrap for tonight, fellas.
Copy that.
2 hours is
So
about
we
my
just
max.
We just prepare an ambush for the next incoming?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. If you can somehow, they're probably going to want to be like radioing in and stuff. So I would imagine there's a high likelihood perhaps they're going to realize, or I'm sure these guys relayed, right, that they were under heavy attack, and so they're going to need some good explaining to make them feel like it's all kosher here to bring people in.
So it's an old code, sir, but it checks out.
Yeah, so I would assume they probably are gonna know and write this up as a loss. They tried to establish a stronghold here, and it did not work.
Wunderbar. Good job, boys. Good job.
Thank you.
The
Good
only
job, Blue.
the only critique I have is
Appreciate it.
I kind of felt like maybe it's my perception, but I had to like move it along, right? Everybody's a little hesitant, kind of like not knowing what the next step is. So you did all the steps right. You pick an enemy location, you envelop on it, you set up an L shape, you suppress it, you obscure it, you shift or cut fires, and then you push teams into it by whatever is the least dangerous pathway that they can, gain access to it. With the big attacks planning ahead of time, you would have been good to talk about like phase lines, right? Be like, all right, I want to take this post down, which is then going to open up movement to allow these people to flow here, so we can then take that post, and then that's going to give us all online to then maneuver on the flank of this post and kind of set up phase lines and stuff. That just helps keep things flowing and have a general idea of what's going on, right? In the real world, trying to come up with an actual plan as you fight is going to be pretty difficult. You're going to want to plan ahead of time, and obviously those plans will get messed up, but having a plan to go off of is important.
Copy that. Given that we had 2 rifle platoons and 2 sections of mobile armor, should we have split the sections per rifle platoon, and each rifle platoon assaults a different objective? Or should we do what we did in mass?
Yeah, I think there's not a bad answer. Either way will work.
Gotcha.
Just depends on, that's like getting into the finer MET-TC details, right? Do you feel like you have enough combat power to divide your forces and still be effective, or do you need to leave them all amassed?
Yeah, because we were doing like in mass leapfroggings was our style.
Yeah, but I think you probably could have, especially initially, you probably could have done a 2-prong initial assault and then kind of formed those into an amass, right? Whether you wanted to, you could have come down here and try to take these 2 because they were kind of the outliers, and then advance on everybody, or you could have came kind of more like you did, right, and probably take out either these 2 at the south or these 2 at the northeast at the same time, right? I forget where they're exactly staged, but I think we probably could have came down this road with a section of mobile and then split off, like had 1 platoon staged here, 1 platoon staged here, and then had those mobile sections just to direct assault, and then the light infantry come in. Could have been an effective strategy.
You had mentioned the outliers to the west, essentially where my oranges congregated right now.
Yeah.
Would that have been a bad move coming in from the southwest? Because then we would have had to cross against a greater force, cross against open ground.
Yeah,
versus the other way around.
That is a fair point. It depends. It depends on how much you think you can seize with your, because you have all this armor, this basically modern cavalry, right? So if you can come here and crush this quick, and then just drive all 8 Vics across the airfield that likely isn't mined because they just occupied it a couple days ago and they want to use it, and then crush in and then dismount those vehicles for your initial assault, and then push the light infantry across the now generally secured airfield. That could be another strategy. But yeah, I agree. That probably, I was just shooting off the top of my head, that probably wouldn't be the greatest. I would probably also decide to try and assault from the same general direction that you guys did.
Now, should the plan of attack with our mobile armor, given that we can dismount, speed and aggression to get a foothold, and then rifle platoons come in for support, or should we slow roll with the armor, light them up, and then push in with the platoons, rifle platoons?
Depends on how vulnerable your armored vehicles are. If they have to traverse a minefield, or you expect them to have like a bunch of shape charges, like shape charge rockets and stuff to deal with your armored vehicles, then you would want to be less brazen with them. But if it was just against a bunch of small and medium arms, they're pretty close to invincible.
Well, given the fact that you would set up a bunch of machine gun nests, how would you would you do the fast assault with the mobile, or methodically slow roll it?
I probably would have initiated with a mobile assault, like a real fast mobile assault, and then transitioned to more methodical as time went on of the attack.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely felt that things kind of got somewhat hairy when they had kind of realized that they were under assault and they were able to get into their little fortified positions. And it didn't help that they were all in these buildings kind of forming a front line into what we were pushing into. I think that if with the initial idea of taking out the southern checkpoint as well as the southeast checkpoint and the northeastern one, we would have had like sort of two incursions, like someone mentioned, as like the two-pronged attack earlier, and I would have felt more comfortable with like the angles that we had in that situation. But yes, this is like kind of complicated, so I'm just looking for anything I can improve on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think those are good points. It is a lot to ask. I am asking you guys to kind of in plan prompt too. Obviously, you can take some time to do it, but if this was real life, right, you'd get a map and you'd go back and talk to all your squad leaders, and you'd take at least like an hour or two to just examine this and talk about ideas and, take it all in and consider everything before you made your actual final execution plan. All right, fellas. Anybody got anything else? Anything at all?
No. That's it for me.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Alrighty. I had a good time.
It was fun.
Appreciate everybody's
Yeah, thanks a lot.
participation. Of course. See y'all.
Thanks for letting me play.
Absolutely. See y'all next week. I believe we are going back to the Colorado scenario next week, but time will tell. Either way, same place, same time. See y'all then.